gentlemen, welcome to Global Health. This is Dr. Yavuz, physician, entrepreneur, venture architect. I'm truly excited and feel privileged to bring you people from all walks of life. You know, when we say global health, we're talking about wellness, not just in terms of physical health, but emotional well-being as well as social well-being. That's why we're talking about a global health understanding. And that's why it's very important for you to see why I'm bringing people from all walks of life with different backgrounds, because we're analyzing health from very different perspectives and being on the edge for our brothers and sisters and our amazing viewers who are sending me amazing messages through different social media outlets. We're really grateful for all your messages. And I want to thank you again for making Global Health one of the top health shows being watched in Africa. Thank you very much. Today, I have Supi Mustafa. He is a very unique gentleman, a true social entrepreneur, a wonderful businessman, a lovely gentleman, which I'm proud to introduce you. He represents Q2 Tiny House. He is the corporate social responsibility manager and business development manager at Q2 Tiny House. And he came all the way from Aksaray for us. And now our team will be also visiting his factory in Aksaray. And Mr. Oğuz, greetings to Mr. Oğuz as well for hosting us in Aksaray. I want to turn to him. Let's get to know who Supi Mustafa is. Supi, welcome to Global Health.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yavuz. I'm really privileged and honored to be sitting next to you today. Speaking about myself is not very easy because
I know you don't like to speak a lot about yourself, but,
exactly.
And I know you very well, but for our viewers,
yes,
who Supi Mustafa is very important.
Well, Supi Mustafa is the servant of humanity in general, but now I'm privileged to serve the Turkish people. Okay. I'm trying my hardest to return the hospitality of the Turkish people who hosted me and my family after I fled the war in Syria. And all those years, I've been thinking how I be an added value to the Turkish
you're doing an amazing job.
Community. So Dr. Yavuz introduced me as a social entrepreneur, and this is what I love as a title, because I really try to be a social entrepreneur. In Turkey, I came to live in the heart of Turkey, and in Turkey they call it Salihler Şehrisi. Yes. The city of good people.
Yes.
And all of Turkey is the heart of the world. So Turkey is the country of the good people.
Thank you, brother.
This is why I identify myself with the mission and vision of Turkey 2023.
That's amazing.
So how to be a soldier, yes, in the economic army of Turkey. This is the least I can do for Turkey.
That's powerful.
So this is how I introduce myself.
I'm really humbled to see you, you know, and at the end, I have seen you in many different meetings, really representing yourself, the way you present yourself and the way you present your company is always at the top level with full respect, with kindness, and I was very impressed, frankly speaking. And that's why I'm so honored to have you in this show, which is being watched now close to 1 billion people across Africa. And, you know, I know that you are very passionate about social entrepreneurship, and you went through a lot and really built your family and now creating huge value for Turkey, especially talking about Q2 Tiny House. You know, we will be taking Q2 Tiny House, inshallah, to Africa, and also representing Q2 Tiny House in different states, from Lagos to Abuja to Kaduna Investment Agency and other communities across Africa, because we believe, like yourself, it is part of the social responsibility. And having everyone should have a proper roof that they can actually live in. It has to be at the reasonable cost and reasonable quality. How did Oğuz Bey and the team that you work with came up with Q2 Tiny House? Can you tell me a little bit about it for our viewers?
Exactly. I'm really lucky to have met Oğuz Bey and the Osal family in Aksaray, because while searching to find my mission and trying to imitate my model, my highest example, the late Dr. Ihsan Doramaja. He's an Iraqi Turkmen, came to Turkey and did miracles in the health sector. I'm not a physician myself, but I'm a business administrator. And I've been thinking how I imitate my model.
Beautiful.
So I came to work in social responsibility, and Mr. Oz Oysal helped me and provided all the means I need to fulfill my mission. Now, Africa is our target market, but not for business, not for the traditional business, because we don't see our African brothers as clients or customers or source of money. No, because in the world of today, we have to care about each other. And from here, we started our mission. Mr. Oz and I, inshallah, are going with you, joining the ME team, and we'll be honored to work with Dr. Daniel, with Dr. Yavuz, and the rest of the team to bring the value to the African economy. Now, let's speak about the mission with technical terminology.
Please.
Yeah. In the past, private business used to run after profit, no matter what. So even if they destroy the environment, even if they consume the energy of the people they employ, their target was money. And the governments, let's be frank, bureaucracy, routines, and relaxed armies of employees wouldn't respond so swiftly to the pressing global challenges. Now, we have challenges in the health sector. We have challenges in the climate sector. We have challenges in
housing.
The society. Yes.
Having proper housing.
Displacement, refuge is
So
a
many
problem.
refugees.
Exactly. Well, we have home. Home, it means the building you live in or the country you live in. So this is not a coincidence. Everybody needs a home, because I lost my home in Syria. This is why I'm working with Mr. Oz Oysal to provide home for those who don't have homes. So this is my passion.
That's amazing.
When I watch TV and I see my brothers and sisters in Africa fleeing conflicts, fleeing disasters, fleeing climate changes, why not provide them with a solution?
Sure.
So this is our mission.
This is amazing. And I'm just curious, practically speaking, for our viewers, what is a tiny house? What is it different from a normal house? Is it, how big is it? Is it the quality? Is it like in a container when you're shipping to Africa? How many houses can you fit in one container, for example?
Okay. In Q2 Tiny House, we manufacture different types of tiny houses. Business terminology, in business terminology, I differentiate between 3 categories of our products. We have the niche, low, high margin category. So this is a unique product which is used in hotels, and it provides a very high quality place to live in. But not all people can afford it.
That's true.
So we have to think about other slices of the society. So we provide also affordable container houses, but we stick to the quality.
Excellent.
And more than that, we stick to the culture of the people, because a home is not just a wall and a door and a window. A home is a culture.
Yeah, it's your privacy.
Exactly. So I'm really grateful for Dr. Daniel and the team of ME for enlightening me about the culture of the African people. And this is why we are adjusting our products to fit into the culture of the African
This
people.
is how I actually become a leader in the market. Appreciating the local culture and really catering their needs is the way to go. So this is extremely important. And I think this will be one of the reasons why Q2 Tiny House will be very successful across Africa.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. And, you know, you were part of many of the Me Breakfast programs. You were part of the, some of the business summits we have done. And also we have a trip to Nigeria. And also we're going to have a World Business Summit. And our whole goal is to really bring the right buyers and sellers together. But first understanding what our sellers have and appreciate and understand the market niche, and then actually match it. This is how we're doing it. And we're doing it by building true bridges through the right people in an ethical way. Mm-hmm. What's your impression in general about the Me program you have attended so far?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a very dear question to me, because I found in Me program what I couldn't find in other places. You know, as a businessman, if you want to penetrate a market, what you need? You need data and information. Nowadays, the internet made it available everywhere, but unfortunately, it's not 100% trusted data. With Me program, we have 100% trusted data.
That's great.
This is one thing. The other thing about Me program, let's be frank. Businessmen are always skeptic and doubtful about, yes, they don't trust new markets so easily.
And you have limited resources.
Exactly. But when we have a trustworthy bridges, I'm quoting your word, trustworthy bridges like Dr. Yavuz with his reputation, with his ethical practices, which are known to everybody, in addition to the amazing work of Dr. Daniel and his team. So here you provided the trust to all businessmen to go and invest in Africa. So, yeah, but that's not all.
Of course.
That's not all. I can speak more about what Me program can provide. Now, business or investors, when trying to penetrate a new market, they cannot risk all by themselves.
Of course.
So
they need the right strategic partners.
Exactly. So with Me program, I found that if you shoulder, as a businessman, if you shoulder your social responsibility, you can benefit from getting access to public funds.
That's true.
You can get access to the NGOs, international NGOs, supply chains. So you can do business with businesses, you can do business with customers, and you can do business with governments.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what you have, and I couldn't find elsewhere.
You're right. It's not just B2C, business to
Exactly.
customer or consumer, it's also B2B and B2G, the government side. Now, for Nigeria, we're invited by the honorable leaders of the communities as well as the honorable state heads. So it's different than having and saying, look, I'm arranging a delegation, I'm coming from Türkiye, open the doors, versus Nigerian partners who support the industrialization of Nigeria and taking you to Nigeria with the invitation of the states and the officials, and also having Turkish UNICEF Institute, our ambassador, and many other partners which we have as NTR TV. And combining these two powers is creating a huge trustworthy medium for business transactions. Because at the end, the old ways of doing business was just handshake, and when you promise, you finish. Later we spoiled it, but I think there is always a role for human-to-human contact, no matter what, especially in these amazing, booming, emerging markets. And, where the banking also is just developing, It's very important to have sincere, trustworthy, credible partners to make sure you do everything transparently in an ethical way. So I'm really happy that with your leadership, we met Mr. Yavuz. You brought him to BTM program in Bilgi Ticaret Merkezi, which is one of the top 5 largest incubation centers in the world with Istanbul Trade Chamber of Commerce. And we had the opportunity to meet him, and we were very impressed with your presentation and your support in the program. And we look forward to the NTR also taking you through our commercial programs, and in the future with these type of programs to really the most needed areas across Africa, to 42 countries, to more than 900 million. I truly believe we can create a sub-distributorship channel and really help many people have their own employment, have their own leadership on the ground, where they have the same ethical values like yourself, like Oğuz Bey, like the family, and take it on the ground for their own communities, and then later locally manufacture and help the industrialization and growth of Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and many other locations, Ethiopia and South Africa as well. So I think we're just starting a long journey.
Exactly.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
With good niyyah. They say, إِنَّمَا الْعَامَلَ بِالنِّيَّةِ. If your niyyah is good, then the outcome will become good, inshallah. Our niyyah is good, our intention is good.
Inshallah.
And then I believe God will open new doors for all of us.
Inshallah.
I want to get your final words before closing the global health. We touched on, as a global health program, this time more on the, having a roof, having a house, how a house is important for someone's life in having a healthy, because even in the, when you look at the different levels of needs of humanity, it starts with having a safe place, and then you start adding other things on top. So, and there are many people who are less fortunate, like now in Gaza and Palestine and other places where they don't have proper sanitation, proper house, and we ask God to provide security and safety for everyone around the globe, from Ukraine to Palestine, everywhere, wherever they are with war. May God protect them and provide those opportunities like you to Tiny House, so you help them rebuild their communities. With that, let me get your final thoughts, dear.
Well, thank you so much. Actually, I'm really amazed by the mission of NTR TV that's shedding the light on people of responsibility. And here, I'd like to convey a message to my brethren in Africa. Birds of a feather flock together. Que se rassemble, s'assemble. So let's fly together. Fly to do what? To fulfill the will of God. I'm a Muslim. But when I read the Bible, and I love reading the Bible, and when I open the book of Hosea the prophet, and I see the words of God about corruption in the world, corruption in the sea, corruption in the sky, and what advices God has given to humankind to confront with all these challenges, I immediately remember what's written in the Quran, that ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون. So corruption is a sign from God that urges us to go to our course, human course. We started with the heart and we will finish with the heart. So I'm sure, as all my African brethren are in my heart, and all my brothers and sisters in Turkey are in my heart, I look forward to spread my mission all over the world, no matter what religion we are, no matter what ethnic background we have. But in the end, we are humans.
Amazing message, Supi Mustafa. Honored to have you here in our studios at headquarters in Ankara. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our show at the Global Health with Dr. Yavuz Salai. and looking forward to having you again in future episodes. Stay tuned to NTR TV, where we broadcast into more than 900 million viewers in 42 countries. And stay tuned to Global Health with Dr. Yavuz Selim Salai. Take care and all the best. Bye.